PWP Nation,
where wrestling discussion lives.
Well, hello there. Dukes, Keith, and Griff here from the Anything But Credible podcast, a.k.a. the ABC Pod. Fellas?
Holla.
Oh, hello. We're here to let you know that you could be possibly missing out on the best podcast ever created, aside from the Offended podcast, of course, and you don't want to be missing that. Now, what makes us the best? Griff? Yeah, great. Keith? Exactly. Look, I'll keep it really simple for you. Crazy people, crazy news, crazy theories, crazy uncredible. That's right. We made that word up. Griff, Keith, say something crazy for me.
Russia wants you to believe in Finland.
Nice. Look, you can find us just about anywhere that you get your podcast, especially Apple Podcasts. Also, don't forget to hit us up on Facebook at ABC Pod. That's ABC POD. Twitter at _ABC Pod. And Instagram at ABC Podcast. Check in with us for a new episode every Monday and join the conspiracy to commit stupid. We will see you then, and shout out to the Offended Podcast.
Adios. Later, guys. Like you more than a friend.
and welcome to Offended, presented by PWP Nation. It's your boy, Tricky, along with Stoutsy.
What's up, you fucking marks?
What is up? What is up? Today we have a great show. We have our top 20 SummerSlam moments. We counted down our top 20 SummerSlam matches last week, but now we're doing the moments this fucking week. We have other stuff we want to get into as well. But before we do that, hey, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at OffendedPod. You can buy our t-shirt at www.prowrestlingtees.com/offended-podcast. Hockey Talks are coming back soon, baby. Can't wait for that. Actually, cannot wait to do Hockey Talks. Man. We're busy fucking people, by the way.
We are. We're all over the place.
We have a new Periscope show called Weekly Wrestling Wrap-Up, which is on Periscope, and we added another show. We're going to do post-shows for the pay-per-views starting this weekend with SummerSlam. We're doing a SummerSlam post-show exclusively on Periscope as well. So hopefully that show's good. Otherwise, it's probably going to be 10 minutes of us just bitching. But if it's a good show, we'll be longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, we just bitch anyway.
That is true. That is entirely true. Oh, and go follow us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/offendedpod. Cool. I'm a little tipsy.
You almost forgot it.
I almost forgot it.
Wow.
I'm a little tipsy. We've been drinking those Red Bull VODs.
You're such a lightweight. Fucking, you might as well have a Villain Club shirt on, you light heavyweight bitch.
I'm fucked, aren't I?
I'm fucked, aren't I?
Well, anyway, before we get into all the stuff, I want to bring something back that we haven't done in a while. What'd you do this past weekend, Jim?
I was thinking that on the way over
we
here.
Haven't done a weekend talk in a while.
What went on this weekend? I actually got to go to the PGA Championship on Saturday, which was phenomenal.
We'll get into that. That was going to be a topic before our... Yeah, I forgot to send you the topic.
Yeah, what a great
I've been slacking this week. I didn't make like a logo for like our show or anything this week. I've just been slacking.
I haven't done anything in like 4 months besides show up.
Yeah,
I've been busy, man. I get
Jim will just live tweet like here and there, like surprising. I'll be like, oh, I guess Jim's live tweeting. Cool.
Yeah, for someone that's on my phone a lot, I don't do a lot on it
because he's an idiot.
Usually just on the old PH hub.
On the PH hub,
going to town.
Porn with brazzers.
Yeah, I mean that's. I really haven't been doing much, man. I haven't. The old Stoutsy was. I got pretty drunk this weekend, but not this Stoutsy lately. I was sick for about 2 months.
Shitting out of your ass.
Shitting out of my ass, throwing up out of every hole possible. It was rough, but I mean, I went to the PGA. We'll get into that. That's about it, man. What about you?
Friday night, I sang karaoke. I sang Africa by Toto.
Nice.
I killed it. I got a groupie. After one song, I got a groupie. Katie's just standing by, just laughing at this girl, and I was like, kindly brushed her off. But then the guy who I was singing Africa with, he sang another song, and then she jumped on him, which was hilarious, because it's like, oh, I didn't get that guy. I'm going to jump to the next guy then.
She's probably in an offended mark.
She was. She wanted the D. And by D, I mean dick. Dicka. Well, puts my dick in.
Do you know that Africa did a cover of a Weezer song?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hash pipe.
Huh.
It's pretty
It's not bad.
decent.
It's
Yeah,
good.
it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. But yeah, I went to a karaoke bar on Friday, and then I went to Katie's Naked Ladies cabin on Saturday and just had like a chill night out there.
Nice.
Won some money playing poker, so that was
boy.
nice. Yep.
Good for you.
And then Sunday. I didn't do anything on Sunday. That was my lazy day.
I didn't either, man. I think I just laid around all day.
Yep. That's basically Katie and I just laid around. We watched Big Brother. Big Brother's been great this season. Shout out to any Big Brother fans out there. This season's been phenomenal. I love that. I will tweet some stuff on the Offended podcast about this season. And at first, I was getting shit on. We were getting shit on for the stuff I was tweeting about Big Brother. But now, like fast forward 3 weeks later, the whole Twitter universe for Big Brother has flipped. And it's like, this is what I've been saying since week 4, motherfuckers. Like, everybody at first was like, fuck this guy, fuck this guy, fuck this guy. I'm like, no, those guys are cool. Fuck the other side. Now they're like, yeah, fuck that side. I'm not saying that I jump-started that, but I rocket strapped them, for sure.
Anytime you get a chance to just
Humble
brag.
When I win, oh, yeah.
Jeez.
No, fuck the humble. I brag when I win, especially if it's over, like a certain amount of weeks, I will definitely brag the fuck out of it, because fuck those people, because those are like, they remind me of wrestling fans on Twitter, where it's like, we're going to eat you alive if you don't agree with us. I'm like, what's the point? No, you don't have to, like, do that. Just be cool.
I don't know a damn thing about Big Brother, so I'm not capable of helping defend you on Twitter.
No, that's okay. Then I don't expect you to.
I mean, I'd probably just like our own tweet.
Well, did that happen?
It did. That happened.
I love how the guy was like, you liking your own tweets?
Yeah.
Blah,
And then-
blah. And then I was like, okay, you fucking dork. You want to go there?
and
I
then
just read your fucking, like, bio. You're a dork.
And then I respond with, I go, yeah, that's my bad here. I got my face, I'm face deep in Chinese food, not paying attention. And then that guy goes, can I have some? And I was just like, I'm not fucking responding to you.
No, but, like, what actually made me mad about that was, like, dude, you're going to come at us with, like, you're going to fucking talk shit to us when we were just having, like, a typical wrestling debate, and then he tried to be a dick, and he's like, oh, ha, 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 ha. And I'm like, dude, your fucking, like, Twitter handle says you're in purgatory and you're single. You're a fucking dork.
Yeah.
Like,
fucking dork. God.
And then he's like, oh, you gotta be rude? I'm like, fuck you! You're being
Yeah,
rude
dude.
first!
Yeah.
This is what I hate about Twitter. This is why I hate Twitter and, like, social media, because it's like, oh, you can talk shit,
Right.
but when you get it back, you're like, oh, you're gonna be rude? It's like, dude, you were being...
Old
I'm just giving it
keyboard
back,
warriors.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking douchebag.
What are you gonna do? Oh, it's just great that he thought he had us on the whole, like your own tweet, and then bam, Stoutsy comes in, fucking admits the error.
No, he thought he had that, and you come in, but what the kill was is like, I read your bio, you stupid dork.
dork.
Like, I love calling people dorks, by the way.
Dork. Yeah, you are a fucking.
When you call
dork.
somebody a fucking dork, it's like calling somebody a loser. You can't come back.
Loser is one of my favorite ones.
Loser's
Like, God,
great.
You're,
You're
just
such a
loser.
fucking loser. Like, you're just like, oh, fuck you.
No, I'm not.
But calling somebody a fucking dork
You dork.
is hilarious.
You fucking dork.
It's
like
hilarious.
A fucking mark.
Where he's like, oh, you gotta be rude. You gotta be rude. It's like, dude, you're censoring your own words.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, it was about Brie Bella. And
Yeah.
Carmella. What a ballsy statement by that guy.
A ballsy dumb Brie Mode is not better than Carmella. Sorry.
No.
Carmella is 1,000 times better than Brie Mode.
Yes.
Brie
1,000.
Bella. Like, Nikki was the one who had the decent matches. It wasn't Brie.
No.
Brie hasn't had a good match. Brie had, like, a run where she did have a couple good matches here and there, But that stopped like quickly, and she didn't wrestle for a
didn't
while.
really have like a character either. It was
it was stupid. It was stupid. Anyway, that was our weekend talk.
That was our Twitter weekend.
Let's get right into it. Let's go to the songs of the week.
Okay.
You want to go first? You want me to go first? Obviously, there's a song on here that I feel like we both have. Let's just save that to the end.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll save it to the end. I'll kick it off.
all right.
I'm going to kick it off with respects to Aretha Franklin. Aretha, we love you. One of the greatest musicians of all time.
Queen of Soul.
The Queen of Soul. R.I.P. Aretha Franklin. I'm going to go with respect, obviously. What you want? Baby, I got it. Who? What you need? Who? I know you got it. Suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me. It's a great song. It's a great song. R.I.P. Aretha Franklin. She sang, obviously, America the Beautiful at WrestleMania 3 in the Pontiac Silverdome, brother.
Oh, brother. Oh.
Excuse me. I'm just so excited.
I thought I was in the Silverdome, brother. Yeah.
That's the best wrestling botch, I think. That's my favorite wrestling botch. Because it's like, when he realizes it, he's like, because he just goes, fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry, brothers.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited. Then The Rock and Austin come out and just give him shit. And he's like,
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, he's like, oh, man.
But Aretha Franklin, respect.
Great,
That's my
great
number
pick.
one.
I'm gonna follow you up with an Aretha Franklin song.
Think? Think?
Think?
Is it the song Think?
No.
Oh.
It's a good song.
Freedom.
No.
Freedom.
What movie is that in?
It's a lot.
There's a... Is it in Remember the Titans?
It might be, actually.
I think there's an important scene in there where it is. But Aretha Franklin, Son of a Preacher Man.
Oh.
Son of a Preacher Man.
It's a great song. I forgot she did that song. I totally forgot that was Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, I remember.
She's amazing, man.
She is. I think earlier this week was kind of like she's in the hospital.
Yeah, yeah.
It was it was almost like a Ric Flair thing. It was like, is it gonna...
It was, yeah. Flair was the one who kicked out at 2, no pun intended. But Flair literally did kick out at 2 because they were like, Flair's in a dire situation that's probably not good. Charlotte, was with Rick the whole time because they thought it was going to be that.
Over a month, yeah.
I remember listening. I dropped off Naked Lady at work on Monday. And on the way back to my house, I was listening to the Rizzo show. And Patrico was like, we got some weird news right now. Aretha Franklin's committed to hospital. And he's like, it's not looking good. Yeah. So I was kind of waiting this whole week, and today it happened, unfortunately. Yeah. But R.I.P. Aretha Franklin. Yep. Queen of Soul. One of a kind.
It really is.
One of a kind. I was actually kind of bummed.
Too, a little bit, man.
Like, Aretha Franklin was cool.
Sad to see him go.
Yeah.
I mean, she was only 76.
Yeah.
So, I don't know exactly what actually happened, though. But
And pause, Songs of the Week, R.I.P. to Jim the Anvil Neidhart as well.
Yes. It's been a rough month for wrestling.
Yeah, it has, man. Yeah, it has.
Rough.
Jim the Anvil Neidhart with his laugh. His laugh that rivals Ted DiBiase's laugh. Yeah.
Do you see the picture of the Hart Foundation? It's just like everybody else shadowed out except for...
Yeah, that's such a fucked up picture, man.
It really is.
Because they should all be alive. They should all be alive.
Yep.
Like, Bulldog died young. He was in his 40s. Owen Hart was a freak accident who probably would still be alive. Brian Pillman had that undisclosed heart emergency that nobody knew about. Like, if they would have known about it, he probably would still be alive today too. Like, sucks, man. It's fucking sucks.
It's crazy.
It's weird. It's the Hart family, man. They're cursed. I don't know what it is. I don't know what voodoo shit that they got into, but man, they have had some fucked up shit happen to that family in the last 20 years.
It really has.
It's crazy. Even back to when Bret Hart had the stroke, all that.
Fuck, that's right. I forgot about that.
When Bret Hart got kicked by Goldberg, even it's just weirdly bad luck, just right in a row. I don't know. But anyway, so you had Aretha, I had Aretha. My next song. Oh, I forgot to put down the name of this person. No, let me look it up. Stall.
Mark Stahl. Jordan Stahl. I never remember the other fucking brother. Eric Stahl. There we go. What did you write the name down of?
My song.
Wow. Greatest host ever. That's how good you are.
I'm not really...
The fact that you can forget and remember, though, that's a talent not many people have, and you can pull it off. Always on my ass, though. Oh, Stoutsy, where's your fucking list? You got your fucking shit together?
I had the song written down. I just want to get the fucking name right. Okay. Life in a Northern Town by the Dream Academy. It's an 80s song. They're from the 80s. I didn't think a lot of really good music came out this past week, so I had to go back a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't listen to much music.
But you know this. Hey, I'm away. Yeah. Life in a Northern Town. That's my pick, the Dream Academy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a song that people forget about, but I'm not going to let you people forget about it, because this is what we do on Songs of the Week.
Make you remember.
On Spotify, I have 100% Songs of the Month.
Remember the dream.
Buzzing.
My next song is by a band called Lovely the Band.
Oh.
You ever heard of them?
Yep. They opened for the Kooks when I went and saw the Kooks live.
I think I've only heard one song by them, a while ago.
They have a great cover of Where's My Mind? Yeah. It's on the FIFA soundtrack, I think.
Huh. But this song's called Maybe I'm Afraid. I'm not going to lie, I have a pretty indie list this week.
Wow,
kind of like you did last week.
My chill indie Windows Down mix last week.
Yeah, that's what I have this week. Maybe I'm Afraid. Nice little indie groove.
Nice.
They kind of... No, they don't. Nope, thinking of the other song. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Maybe I'm Afraid. Lovely the Band.
Nice. My third song of the week is the SummerSlam theme song. Not by Flow Rider, though. God. By AJR, Bringing the House Down. It's a fucking fun song, man.
It's a nice little song.
I like it. I like it a lot. I actually really like that song.
We're only going to hear it 1,000 times.
No, they've been playing Flow Rider more. You haven't been hearing that at all.
I don't hear Flow Rider. I mute it.
It's just a good vibration. I'm not going to lie. You're going to hate me for this, but I actually like that Flow Rider song.
I know. You like every fucking Flow Rider song.
Dude, it just gets me... When I'm drunk and I'm like, I'm going to party, it's like when Flow Rider comes on, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Unless it's Boots with the Fur and...
No.
Women are booty
My House by Flow Rider is amazing only for the fact, and you will agree to this. If you don't agree with this, you can get the fuck out and I'll find a new co-host. But My House by Flow Rider is great for the sole fact of 2 years ago when it was released, the Blues played it against the Chicago Blackhawks in the playoffs. It's like, yeah, this is our house, motherfucker. You're not going to come in. And we killed them. We destroyed them that game. Ever since then, that's my grandpa's favorite song. Every time that My House comes on, he's like, Flow Rider! I'm like, yes! Yes! It is! He loves Flow Rider. It's hilarious.
What would have been cooler is if they would have played My Way by Limp Bizkit when the Blues played.
Yeah! This time I'm gonna let it all come out! This time I'm gonna take a slap shot now!
Yeah. I'm just saying it would have been better than Welcome to my house. We have purple seats.
Not anymore, you turd.
Thank God.
They are black and gray. That's on the spot. Blue. That's on the spot.
Just make them blue.
Nah, the seats look fucking cool.
Have you seen how cool Detroit looks with all red seats? It's sick.
No.
We have black and gray because we're a dull fucking city. I'll say it.
St. Louis is a dull fucking city.
Dull as shit.
Hey, look, it's the arch. Hey, I'm gonna be the city folk that complains about how there's nothing to do in the city. But hey, when an MLS stadium gets the vote, we vote against it because we're fucking retarded. And yes, I use retarded.
That's because it wasn't a fucking art festival being put up or something.
So stupid. Shit. It is stupid. It's fucking stupid because it's the taxes get raised by 29 cents. You would not even know on your taxes. But the media here in St. Louis made it seem like the taxes are going to be... They're like, your taxes are going to get raised if you vote yes on this. It's like, why are you fucking promoting it like that?
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's still... We need to move on because I'm just going to go on that. Because I'm still heated on that. Especially after the PGA Tour
I know.
This week.
I was going to say, save it. Just save it. Save it, Trick. Save it. Save it. My third song. Just heard this. I am trying to fucking talk.
I'm angry.
The people want to hear me.
Sorry, I just went full blown Ken Shamrock. Sorry.
What, just like threw a bunch of punches? Ah! Lion's Den.
So he used to punch himself in the face twice and just.
Yeah, I don't know what to do out there.
Then he took a chair shot from The Rock and it just killed him. What just happened?
All right, my next song. I just heard this one today. It's called 4 a.m. by Girl in Red. The
Matrix.
The beat reminds me of the X's.
The XXs?
The XXs, yeah. Mine's
I like them a
you should
lot.
listen to it. But the voice reminds me of the band Fahrenheit, where it's like you hear the voice, but there's like a echoing tone to it.
Yeah.
You'd like it. It's a good song. 4 a.m.
I probably would. The XXs are probably one of my favorite bands.
But you know what's
love them.
a better song than 4 a.m.? Like if you play it an hour before 4 a.m.
3 a.m.
3 a.m.
by Rob Thomas and Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 3 a.m. man. I want to go to bed. Oh, that's OAR. My bad. So anyway, it's actually 2 a.m. on that song. But
What do you got? What's your 2?
this is my 4th, right?
See.
My 4th song, new single by the band Bono and Friends, U2, Summer of Love. It's a new single.
Seasons of Love?
Summer of Love.
Seasons of
Summer of Love. It's a really chill. It's very fucking chill. Like, U2 has chill. They're basically a chill band, but this is a super like chill song. This is like a song you listen to when you're watching like the dusk like sunset. Like basically, like
pull out a lawn chair,
dude, it's a good song. It's
crack
really
open
good
a
song.
beer.
But it's their new single, "Summer of Love." I like it a lot.
All right.
What's your?
I wouldn't know. They don't play it on MTV, so
They don't play any music on MTV.
I know.
Yeah, you know what they play on MTV? Kiki, do you love me? Are we riding?
Can I tell you what happened today? I was changing radio stations. 104.1. That comes on. I go, fuck off, out of here. So I fucking keep scrolling through the stations. 100.3, little old school hip hop comes. I'm like, oh great, song ends. What comes in?
Kiki,
fucking yes.
do you love me?
And I'm working with Devasto, and I have my bottle of water. And I just go, "Are you gotta be fucking kidding me?" And I throw my bottle. Like I was legit heated. I was like, "Fuck, man, I want to hear that song." I was like, "All right, cool." I got away from the station. Nope. Pop. Turns on. I was like, "Motherfucker!" I about hopped out of the car and got ran over.
Speaking of overplayed songs, this song hasn't been played in a while because it got overplayed, but now I listened to it again recently and I'm like, God damn, this is such a good song. It's brought to my attention last night at Trivia, which was good pal Greg, who was on the first episode of Offended, and on the crazy drunk Florida edition of Offended, which if you haven't listened to, I would highly recommend
Watch the week
to.
I quit.
Yeah, but it's hilarious. That week is hilarious because we were all just wasted.
I heard.
But he was like, I just listened to, what was Post Malone's album called?
Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
He's like, I just listened to Beer Bongs and Bentleys, and he's like, it's fucking really good for mumble rap. I'm like, I don't even put Post Malone in mumble rap, man. Like, he's more than mumble rap. He's just a rapper. Like, he's talented.
He can sing, too.
And, yeah. And he's like, no, it's mumble rap. I'm like, no, he's not. Nicola's like, yeah, no, he's not mumble rap at all. I'm like, actually, the song Psycho is amazing. I'm like, damn. Psycho kind of faded away, like, quickly, too. It wasn't like... That's one of those songs that was, like, played over and over, but it faded.
Faded right when his album dropped.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, damn, this whole thing is good.
Yeah, but Psycho is such a good fucking song.
It really is. I think we played it 1,000 times at the bar.
Yeah, oh yeah. And I hate me going psycho, like all my friends like Michael. They just turn around, and I'll be like, oh!
Your face.
Dude, you were looking down the whole time. I'm like, I'm keeping this face till he looks up.
You sound like a big choo-choo train.
You sound like a motherfucker.
That's the funniest thing.
Rocky.
Oh god.
All right. What's your fourth song? Number 2.
My number 2. This song apparently came out a couple years ago. I found it on the Mr. Robot soundtrack, so I'm getting amped up for Mr. Robot's comeback. It's called Open Tales by Bora York.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know who that is? Have
Yeah.
you heard the song?
I don't know the song, but I've heard of them.
And Bora York, yeah. You should listen to it. It's pretty much another indie song. It's one of those songs, though, where I think it's too short.
Into time, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Just
yes. Maybe 3 times or 4 times.
10, yeah. Okay, so anyway.
No, fuck yeah. So let's get into.
I don't know what just happened. I just feel like we got taken over, like an NWO thing just like happened, but like Stoutsy and we have the same number 1 because
I mean, we said last week.
And we said last week that when the album comes out, we're going to dissect it song for song because we're going to skip songs of the week that week. We're just going to do the whole album of this when it comes out for Music for Cars by the 1975. The 1975 two-time by the 1975 is.
I love it.
They have so much range and like
Incredible.
People. This is getting some hate. This song is getting some hate by the general public.
Why?
Because the auto-tune in the song.
Like they've never auto-tuned a song before.
Exactly. But it's like people who are, let's put it this way, people who are stuck-up asshole like movie critics who can't accept change and bands evolving into something else. They don't like change. The 1975, every song that they have put out for this new album has sounded different.
Mm-hmm.
That one's from the first song to the second song to the third song. All 3 of those songs all sound completely different. Like they should be on different albums.
Really? Yeah. No, they should.
Yeah. And this is a new one has the pop. It has the pop radio feel to this song, and that's why people don't like it because it has the pop radio feel. While the other one was "Love It If We Made It" is obviously the politically charged song of the album.
The song goes hard,
and it just rips apart Trump in the last verse. And then the first song, "Give Yourself a Try," is ripping on our society, which "Love It If We Made It" is also ripping on society to a point, but it's more of a political stance and like everything.
Well, I think all 3 songs are ripping on society.
Yeah,
like I think this
they
one.
Are.
This one haven't like dissected the lyrics too much, but
so this is where. I don't mean to cut you off, but this is where the 1975. Sorry, I steved you, but this is where the 1975 is. This is where it's connecting. Yeah. Every album connects. They connect their songs somewhere. And this album now is connecting on our society. As is obviously they hate where we're at right now, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, I mean it's a brief inquiry to online relationships, and this song hits on that about infidelity and fucking liking pictures and all this and all that, like the stupidity of like not being able to be trusted because of fucking likes and hearts and fucking shit like that. It came out and I was like, I texted you and was like 30 minutes song comes out because it was like 7:30 p.m. BST time, and I was like, what the fuck does that mean in Central Time?
Because it's over in England,
right? Yeah, and it was like 1:30 and it was like 1 o'clock. I was like 30 fucking minutes. And
so it's funny. So I said to Naked Lady the night before, I'm like, I'm wondering if the song is going to come out at 2 p.m. tomorrow because they're just keep promoting the BBC and BBC's in England. Normally, how I matched this up was like normally for like Premier League games or like Champions League games that are like during the week, but they're a primetime game over in England. They're played at 7 o'clock England time, which is 2 p.m. our time, Central Time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'm like, I wonder if this is going to come out at 2 o'clock tomorrow. And you texted me like right at 2, like, here's the song. I'm like, oh my God, I was right. Yeah. It's like I had no intention of being right on that, and I totally called it. Humble fucking brag. Again.
Are you bragging about knowing a time change because of soccer games?
Yes.
That's like me knowing like, oh hey, the Cardinals are on the East Coast. They're playing at
nobody cares about baseball, Jim. Nobody cares about baseball, even though Bader is a stud and the Cardinals are tearing it apart right now. What? Cardinals are tearing it apart right now.
At about 20 minutes ago, hey, dude, baseball's good for you. Watch.
In the last 10 games, the Cardinals are like 9-1.
You're a fucking Cardinal mark.
I am, and I will admit it. I will totally admit it. Here's the difference between me and bandwagon hockey fans. I admit that I'm a bandwagon Cardinals baseball fan. I admit it because I don't care for baseball. But when they win games and they're fun to watch, yeah, I'll watch it, and I'll root for them.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
I'll fucking watch it. But those fucking losers who fucking act like they're hockey fans they've been hockey fans for so long, but then when we call them out for being bandwagon fans when we lose, and then they bitch about it, fuck those people.
Todd just spinned this. But anyway,
spin?
no, spinned.
Oh,
spin zoned it.
And it was a real fucking spin zone to the point where Jim's even like, it's got a point.
I'm just saying
you can't lie. I have a fucking point.
I understand time zones. Anyway, though, at 2 o'clock today,
all right, whatever.
Yesterday,
okay, Steve,
1975 came out with Two Time Two, and I told you I was like, I think this song's about the Me Too movement because the way they had it spelt out, I was off. I was way off.
Yeah, you're
just way off.
Stupid idiot.
Fucking. All 3 songs make me dance a different way. They just make me get into it. And they gave us a music video for Love It If We... I can't handle it right now.
Yeah, so give yourself a try. I'm like, all right, just, you're happy dancing. Like, give yourself a try.
Kick your legs around.
Love It If We Made It. I'm, like, raging on that song. You got my
just
Snapchat last night.
Headbanging.
I'm just fucking, like, headbanging, like, screaming, like, crying. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I want to break shit on this song because it's so true. Because it's like, I Love It If We Made It was just the, like... That's the anti-establishment song, basically. And then you have Two Time, which is like I just want to dance this, but the underlying meaning of the song is him cheating, basically.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like a Third Eye Blind song. You're like, yeah, happy. But it's like, no, this song's actually pretty fucked up.
Fucking depressing.
Yeah. But 1975, Two Time. That was it for Songs of the Week. We're definitely gonna dissect the Music for Cars when it comes out. I can't wait. Can't wait for that.
Yeah,
and that was our Songs of the Week. Make sure you go follow our playlist at Offender Presents Songs of the Month exclusively on Spotify. Before we get into the rest of the podcast, before we get into our top 20 SummerSlam moments, let's hear a quick word from our sponsor, Kyle Fauché.
I'm interrupting this podcast to ask a few important questions. If you were stuck on a desert island, would you want Will Smith movies or Will Smith music? Who's the baddest villain Jason Statham has gone up against in his movie career? What are the top 10 most rewatchable TV shows of all time? Check out the Going Off Topic blog with me, Kyle Fauché, to get the answers and much, much more. You can find the website at kylefauché.blogspot.com. That's KYLEFOSHE.blogspot.com. Make sure to subscribe so you get the new post right in your email. Also check out the social pages, going_off_topic and Most8314 on Twitter, and Going Off Topic with Kyle Fauché on Facebook. Now back to the guys with the Offended Podcast.
I had to pee. But look at my koozie right now. Uncle Dino Ambrose.
I love the shirt he has.
Return to the society. Or return to society. Whatever.
I love it. Love it. I also love the logo because it's kind of a kick on the Dead Kennedys logo. Remember the Dead Kennedys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. I was a big Dead Kennedys guy fucking in like 8th grade, man. That was like some Tony Hawk's music.
Uncle Dino is back. And if you want to hear...
Back and jacked.
Yeah, he's like a real jack, baby. Booker T. But if you want to hear our SummerSlam predictions and NXT TakeOver predictions, make sure you tune into our weekly wrestling wrap-up. That's where that's at. Normally we do it on Offended, but guess what? Nope. We're just going to be on a weekly wrestling wrap-up now. So that's all of our predictions all year long. If we ever have any predictions, that's where it's going to be. So make sure you go tune into that. It's on our Periscope, which will be on our Twitter at FNPod. Moving on.
Nice job, Todd.
What?
Just a great job all around by you there.
Thank you. It actually sounded like a real show for once.
No, not at all.
Anyway, okay, so this past week, I just want to throw this out there real quick before we get into all of our other shit. Wayne Rooney, did you see his play the other night for DC United? Okay, so the game DC United is playing, I forget who, it's MLS, nobody cares. But the game is tied 2-2 in the 95th.
Oh, when he stole the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing against a bunch of fucking jamokes.
That's true. I like how you
fucking
using the word
cares?
jamokes. That's my word. But anyway.
That's your word. You just fucking own it.
You fucking jabroni. But it's 2-2 the game. Just even if it's playing against a bunch of jamokes, to pull that play off, to pull off the perfect cross, though. It's 2-2, 95th minute, out of 6 minutes of added time. DC United's goalie is in the fucking box on the opposing team for the corner kick. The corner kick gets turned away out to, like, the left side of the field, to, like, the middle of the pitch. This guy has a clear shot at an empty net. All he has to do is just dribble it down and just tap it in. Wayne Rooney comes in out of fucking nowhere. Slide tackles, takes him out. Clean play, takes the ball, starts dribbling it back, makes this beautiful fucking cross, and they headball it in for the goal to go up 3-2 in the last minute of the game. That's one of the...
Wasn't the ball in the air for like 2 minutes?
It was just like... Yeah, it felt like it.
Why didn't somebody just head it out?
It felt like the goddamn like Ricky Pearl like play in the Rams. So it's like it's just in the air. It's just in the air. It's just in the air. Is somebody gonna catch it? Somebody gonna get it? Somebody gonna get it? And that head. But the guy who finished that head ball is fucking beautiful. Like MLS or not, that head ball was fucking beautiful.
I feel like somebody should have been able to just like head it out of bounds.
But the play that Wayne Rooney made is one of a kind. That's why Wayne Rooney is as good as he is, still to this day.
That's just like, hey, Connor McDavid, go play over in the KHL for like a game. Like, I wouldn't say the KHL, maybe like...
You know, that's what you said. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You don't watch soccer. It's fine.
I don't.
To you, it's just like, oh, it's just another play with a ball in football. Because it's football, Jim. But anyway, moving on. The PGA Championship, the 100th PGA Championship, was in the great city of boring St. Louis, Missouri, at Bella Reef.
It was crazy, man.
We had probably one of the best turnouts the PGA Tour has ever had in their history.
Yeah. Yep, that's what they were saying. I was there Saturday. I was lucky enough to go. I like to think I'm kind of a golf guy now. I've been golfing for about a year.
Oh.
Yeah?
No, keep going.
What?
I have a tournament coming up.
Oh, cool. But yeah, I was there Saturday, man, and I was there from fucking 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. It was a long day of standing, but I got to see Tiger Woods up close and personal.
That's
5 or 6 times.
I'm a tiger. It's a tiger.
Tiger is back. I watched him birdie a hole. I watched a hole-in-one right next to the green. The turnout wasn't what? What's funny?
Sorry, we got some breaking news in terms of offended breaking news, but on our weekly wrestling wrap-up, Stoutsy cut an amazing impression of JCD. JCD just watched it, and he said, "Oh my God, I love that." If you want to know what we're talking about, go watch our weekly wrestling wrap-up. It's around the 12-minute mark.
The kid from the Midwest fucking cuts a Yonkers promo.
Fucking cuts a Yonkers promo, man. That got weird.
That was Jamaican. That was Queens. I was Jamaica, Queens,
I've
New
been
York.
tipsy since the start of this podcast, and it's getting worse. So let's speed this up.
But anyway, yeah, man, the crowds. I mean, being able to see. I mean, growing up, Tiger Woods was easily in the top 3 greatest athletes through the 90s, early 2000s.
Easily.
One of the highest paid, and it was like, Tiger, 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 that's all you knew. And now he's back.
I got a trivia question for you.
Okay.
Or I just got a question for you in general. I want your opinion. In the late 90s, early 2000s, who was more anonymous? Like, who was more like, when you think of Nike, do you think of more Tiger or Michael Jordan?
Tiger. Michael was his own brand.
I thought Michael.
Michael was his own brand.
But Air Jordan's owned by Nike.
True, but...
So, but in that sense...
Like, nobody's like, oh, I'm getting these Nike Jordans. It's like, no, I'm getting Jordans.
Okay, but put it in that sense of, like, you're getting these Jordans. Jordans are Nikes.
Right.
So, okay...
Nobody looks at that swoosh, though.
Do you think more of Jordans or Nikes? Because this is, like, kind of like... Do you think of WWE or NXT? NXT is kind of in that standpoint right now, where it's like... There could be the Jordans, basically.
Yeah.
And WWE just has their mark on it. So if WWE has their mark on it and more people are talking about NXT, you're still talking about WWE.
Are you saying what I think was more popular, like Jordan or Nike?
This is. I just had an argument with somebody about this like not so long ago. About I thought Jordan was more for Nike. Utah always talked about Jordan for Nikes, and they're like, no, Tiger was for Nike because you said the same thing. Like Jordan had Jordans, but Jordans are owned by Nike.
Yeah.
So with that aspect, I believe that Jordan was more than Tiger for the Nike, because unbeknownst to those people who don't really get it, Nike owned Jordan, and Nike owned the Air Jordans and all that, and Air Jordans are still fucking going to this day.
Right.
And it's like, so does that mean Michael Jordan, I think, is number one over Tiger?
As in, like, a popular athlete, then?
As a popular athlete and somebody who's did more for the Nike brand than Tiger.
I see what you're saying, but I think the Jumpman logo is just... Like, obviously, like... But nobody... Like, I never thought of, like, when somebody's like, oh, man, I got, Jordan shoes. I was never like, oh, yeah, Nike made those.
But that's my argument. It's not like...
I think Jumpman got big. I think Jumpman got bigger than Nike.
It did. I totally agree. But at the same time, this is for Nike. So,
true.
In my opinion, everybody's always like, the Jumpman got bigger than the Nike logo. That's fine. That's still for Nike, though.
True. But I don't think people... I think people went out and got Jordan stuff more than they did, like, say, go like, oh, man, Jordan's with Nike. I want to go buy Nike stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's my point, though. That people were so intrigued by Michael Jordan himself instead of... Like, oh, I'm going to go out there because it's Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods has his famous, like, pump, like, fist with a red shirt. That Michael Jordan did more for Nike than Tiger Woods did. Only because you have the Air Jordans. The Air Jordans are synonymous with Nike. But because people are like, it's Air Jordans, they're forgetting the fact that it's Nike. That automatically makes Nike just that much more money. Because you're forgetting that it's Nike.
Okay, yeah, if that's what you're talking about, like how much money it kind of brought in, then yes.
But even in the other aspect, though, I think still Michael Jordan... When I think Nike, I think Michael Jordan over Tiger.
I can see that, but I also think it's too different. Like, there's only so much, like, golf attire
Nike-wise.
This is a
solid debate.
It is. Like, there's only so much golf attire that, like, the audience... Like, there is a huge audience, but, like they weren't making like golf Nike basketball. There was like with basketball you have basketball shorts, you have tank tops, you have hats, you got all this.
Definitely.
Like golf, you had like you could have got Nike golf shoes, like stuff you actually use to go golf, or like a polo. So I get what you're saying. I think it's just the fact that the Jumpman logo made itself bigger than Nike, but also I agree with you that it definitely brought a lot more money to Nike than Tiger did. Tiger brought more to... Oh, fuck. Jesus. Now that's a whole nother debate. Who brought more to what game? It's like, fuck. But...
Right?
I don't know. I think I'm just, like, equally opinionated on it. It's just the fact that Tiger never had a logo. Well, now he does. He's got the TW hat, but, I mean, it's fucking... Jumpman's bigger than Nike somehow. Like, I never associated, like, oh, I got these Jumpmans. Oh, yeah, Nike makes those, though. It's like, no, you got fucking Jordans.
Yeah, no,
like I got these Nike Jordans. It's like, no, you got fucking Jordans.
But you still had Nikes.
True. I mean, I had a pair of Birdman lugs. All white. The rapper Birdman. Yeah, I went through a...
Yeah. Sorry, we're going back with JCD. JCD said... SmackDown was Undertaker's show. I was like, no, it's Rock's show, because SmackDown was the name of The Rock's catchphrase. And I pasted some emojis of just the eyebrow. There's a fucking emoji with the Rock eyebrow, people. People don't realize that the eyebrow emoji is the Rock. Like, that's how big the Rock is, that he has his own fucking emoji that people don't even realize that it's the Rock's eyebrow. Like, come on, people. Come on.
Here's a good question.
Right?
Now we're just kind of goes into the Michael Jordan thing.
Yep. Space Jam.
Do you think The Rock is doing more for Under Armour than Michael Jordan did for Nike?
No.
Do you think he will?
No.
Okay, I don't either.
No. I don't think it's even close.
because I think it's all like workout shit.
It
like
is.
his shoes cost like $500.
But here's the thing: it's Under Armour. If it was Nike, I think you have an argument because The Rock is so big. Right. I think if The Rock had like a fucking deal with Nike, I think you might have a legitimate argument because Nike sells so many like just gym shorts and stuff in general.
Under Armour's more like workout, go to the gym type thing. Nike's like you can throw on a pair of Nike shorts and go to the.
I think if you put Rock with Nike, I think you might have a legitimate like argument, but it's Under Armour. Under Armour totally underperforms under Nike and even Adidas circumstances. So
yeah.
But PGA Tour in St. Louis, packed house. The PGA Tour, I don't know if you saw this on Facebook and Twitter. They tweeted out, "This is when you mic drop on the NFL, St. Louis." I love that.
Yeah,
it's true though.
I mean, dude, honestly, like I was there. You should have like the amount of people on each hole. There's 18 fucking holes there. It's a beautiful place, by the way. I've never been there before. It's fucking beautiful. Mm-hmm. Every hole, thousands of people.
Yeah.
Thousands on each hole. And I mean, granted, the crowd was following Tiger, which is something I never seen. You see fucking old, fat, white people fucking running 300 yards down the hole to catch Tiger.
Too.
Oh, it's great. I said I love watching this Tiger more than I did young Tiger because it's the comeback. It's the chase.
Comeback. This is like the way Sunday happened because Tiger finished second, correct? By
second or
under
third,
two?
something like that. Yeah.
This was like a movie to me because it's like the comeback and how you're pushing so hard for this to happen. You have thousands of pun, hundreds of. It was what they say. The general attendance was like at 104,000 people.
It was nuts.
You have thousands upon thousands of people watching just for Tiger to make his comeback.
Yeah.
And he comes just short.
Yeah.
That's a fucking movie ending.
But here's the thing, too, is
it's
the
not
fact
that you win. It's the fact that you come just short and still have the people cheering for you.
There's a good, I'll just round a number out, 10 other phenomenal golfers, young golfers that are there that people should be watching, and they're watching Tiger.
Yeah.
And he's performing. Dude, honestly, like...
Tiger got his, like, shit back, man.
Yeah. Hearing this... So, you could hear crowd roars from, like, 3 holes away. This is how great the crowds were. Is that... I think it was, like, this guy, Rory McIlroy, was, like, 2 holes away from where I was, and he hit a birdie. And you just hear this... like, something you'd hear in, like, a video game cheer. And it was, like... I was like, what was that? Yeah. My buddy's like, somebody just birdied like 2 holes down. I was like, it sounds like a
Tiger.
I was like, what is going on? And then when I was on the hole where Tiger got a birdie, I mean, it was like I've heard loud at Blues games, and I'll put this up there with it. Like it was like goosebumps, like how and that's keep rambling, but the fact that our crowd was so respectful of every golfer there. I don't know if that is how you're going to get into is how great the crowd was, but
you want to talk about loudest roar that I've heard? I've been there for World Series wins. I've been there for like a 06 World Series was awesome. That was loud.
Yeah.
The Winter Classic was louder. But the one time that I think St. Louis outdid themselves in the terms of like a pop and like a major fucking pop to where I was like, it is so fucking loud in here, is when Cody Rhodes and Goldust won the tag team titles against the Shield on Raw.
Oh, fuck.
That crowd fucking popped so goddamn loud that I turned to my friend, I'm like, I can barely hear myself like talk right now. That's like it's nuts. So loud in here. Everybody popped. And the Big Show got like the yes chants going.
Oh, that's right.
That crowd, honestly, was one of the most fun like wrestling crowds I've ever been a part of. Only because it was so dead. But the storytelling in that match was done so well that the crowd was so into it that the pop was so unexpected.
Yeah.
When Cody and Goldust won, that pop was just holy shit. It's like kind of like when Sting debuted. Like if you go back and watch it on the network, the audio for the network doesn't do it justice by any means. It does it justice when the music shuts off. And you can fucking totally tell, for some reason, WWE had the mics turned down.
Yeah.
Because when the mics turn off, you can hear the crowd get louder already in mid-chant, though. It's like, well, okay, this was already louder than what it was. Like,
right.
when I was there for when Sting debuted, that crowd was going fucking insane. Like, fucking insane. But for me, I almost have to put fucking Cody Rhodes and Goldust winning, like, at the top for my, like, personal, like, I've been there and
Loud
seen
pop.
it.
Yeah.
Winning the World Series, it was loud, but it was like, we saw it coming.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, you didn't see it coming, so the crowd was like, holy shit.
Bullshit.
The Winter Classic crowd is also up there, too, because, like, scoring the goals, scoring goals in hockey in general, the crowd pop in hockey. I think maybe that's why I like hockey so much, because the crowd pop is just insane when you score a goal.
It's unexpected.
Yeah, exactly.
It's unexpected.
And then when we scored in the Winter Classic, you have the entire Busch Stadium just erupting, and I'm jumping up and down with, like, people like we just won the fucking World Series and, like, Stanley Cup. It's great. It's great. But anyway, fucking, I'll clap for the goddamn people of St. Louis, PGA Tour. It's such a fuck you to the NFL. That's
really
such
is.
a major fuck you to the NFL, man.
Even the PGA tweeted out, they were like, St. Louis isn't a sports city? This doesn't make sense to us.
Exactly, yeah.
And even the golfers. Did you watch? There was a video of the golfers that talked about just how...
Tiger Woods was
like, I wish we could play in front of this every week.
It's like the fucking energy that these people, like, gave to us, man. It's just another level.
Everybody loved it.
ESPN was saying... ESPN even went on to say, like, the NFL or St. Louis just made the NFL look stupid today with this past weekend with the PGA Tour. Yep. Like you're saying, St. Louis is a sports city. They sold out the Winter Classic. They're the only American city to sell out an alumni game fully for the Winter Classic. They had more people at the PGA Tour than any other city in the United States in the past, like, 50 years or something. Like, I forget.
It was nuts.
It's a crazy number. And, like, all this other stuff, and it's like, the NFL wants to keep saying that St. Louis isn't a sports town. I think you need to recheck your facts. Like,
I'm telling Vinnie Mac right now, I could see an XFL team doing well here.
An XFL team? Fuck that. WrestleMania. Yeah. At Busch Stadium.
That'd be nuts.
Yeah, bring it here. Bring it here. So sort of on the terms of wrestling, it's time for our top 20 matches, or excuse me, top 20 SummerSlam moments. So we did matches last week. Just a good vibration.
Don't sing it. God.
Just a sweet.
Can you imagine if, like, Mark Wahlberg walked out
Yo,
singing the song?
It's about that time. I'm going to get the attitude adjustment.
Rhonda, what are you doing in the ring? We got a movie to go watch. Well, how come you're sitting in there? This is crazy. Rhonda, you're going to get hurt. We got a fucking movie to film.
Rhonda, what the fuck are you doing, Rhonda? I mean, what do you say hello to your mother for me, but what the fuck are you doing?
Rhonda, what do you mean there's a bat in here, Rhonda?
All right, anyway, top 20 moments of SummerSlam history. Stoutsy, you want to kick us off at number 20? You want to kick us off, you poucher?
My list is kind of weird.
Mine is too. I was looking at mine, I'm like, this is a weird list, but I like it.
I had to rewatch some stuff.
I have a lot of honorable mentions again.
I have like 2 or 3.
I have like 7.
My number 20. I'm gonna start it off. It was like the first one that came into my mind for some reason. Randy Orton beats the unknown name that we can't say to become the youngest WWE champion in 2004.
Might be a little higher on mine.
Is it? Yeah. It might be Chris Benoit.
Yeah, it'd be Chris Benoit. But no, yeah, that moment, Orton winning was like, yes, they're pushing like the younger guy. Mm-hmm. He's the youngest world champion in WWE history. Was he 22 or 23 when he won?
Was he not like 20?
He was 22 or 23. So I remember.
I think it was 23 because
he beat Lesnar by a year because Lesnar was 24 when he won.
Yeah, so 22, 23.
Yeah.
So that's my number 20.
But it's a great. I just remember when like the finish of the match, Christopher No Name was going for the crossface. I just remember the spin around that Orton does to counter it into the RKO. I was like, oh shit! Like, did he just get it? And he wins. And I love that they main evented. You think back, you put Benoit and Orton over Undertaker in the main event of SummerSlam. I'm pretty sure like Michaels had a match that SummerSlam too. I could be wrong, actually. Michaels had a match that year, didn't he?
I think so.
Had to have.
I think so.
But when you think about all the people that Orton main evented over that year alone, it's like, damn, they had a lot of money invested in him, even though he lost the title a month later to Triple H. The next night on Raw, it was the Evolution turning on Orton.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, where they had him up on the shoulders.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Probably didn't, like, shake his hand or something.
So, Jay posted in the PWP group. Jay posted the. Remember when Orton won the WWE Championship in like 2009 or like 2008, and Vince, and the fucking whole story was Vince is gonna make everybody shake Orton's hand, and then Michaels came back. Was that a rib? Did Vince know the whole time?
I don't know.
I don't know, man, either, because that's totally along the same along the same time frame as what's just leaked now, which is funny as fuck.
Yep.
But anyway,
Randy Curtin.
God, that's got to be a rib. It's got to be a rib.
All right, what do you got at 20?
My number 20 is Seth Rollins becomes the double champ with the help of Jon Stewart.
Okay, I like that one.
Sethy.
See, there's a few I left off from last week, like.
There's a few
match-wise, because it was like similar to the matches and stuff like that, you know.
Which I did too.
Like the match was a moment in itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And but I also felt like some of the moments were bigger than the matches, even if the match itself wasn't that good. So I put that on there. Like, I always thought about that too.
I didn't want to make that. Was that he was the first like person to hold the world title and the U.S. right
at the same time? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, put that as an honorable mention.
So that's my number 20. Just I watched it again today, and I didn't realize like how Cena is trying to call the spot, but I actually think Cena was late on the spot. So Cena's down on the ground, and you see him covering his like mouth. He's covering his face. He's like, do this, like telling Stewart what to do, and Stewart's listening to him. But it's like, Cena, just get up.
Yeah.
Just waiting too long. Get up.
Just get up.
Yeah. And it's like, he's telling Stewart to do, and it's kind of awkward for a minute, but it works. It totally works because Stewart isn't a wrestler. So that's why it works. It's like, what do I do? What do I do? And like, Seth, like, it's like, oh, God, don't hit me. At that point, Cena should have already been standing up.
Yeah.
And Cena's not. And he's still doing, like, I don't know what to do. Cena then walks over to where Stewart's, like, laying down, or sitting at, or no, excuse me, standing at. Jesus Christ. Laying, sitting, standing. I got I got up to it.
Light sheet steel.
But Cena's still just like, hit me. And he's just like, Cena, if you were already in the spot fucking 20 seconds ago, we wouldn't be in this awkward situation. But it still worked, though. That's the best thing about it, is that it still worked. It still worked out, you know. And Rollins wins, and that iconic photo of Rollins when he puts up the double titles at the same time. That's such a cool photo.
White Power Ranger.
Yeah.
My number 19, I just had to throw this on here, of course, the Macho Man Miss Elizabeth wedding.
Might be a little higher up.
Higher in yours? See, I didn't watch much then, but I know. I've watched the moment before.
Moment.
Yeah, so.
It's iconic.
I know probably a lot of mine are going to be higher on people's lists, but like my older ones. But
I like that, really. I like that.
I didn't, No, I'm going off what I watched.
I like that, though, because it's like, it's what you watch, it's what you grew up on, which is like, some people need to like take that in perspective of like, what do you like? Because I know some people's opinions are maybe derived towards of like what other people are saying or what WWE is saying. It's like, no, it's what you like, man. It's not what about other people like. So I like that. Yeah. But my number 19 is Miss Elizabeth, but it's Miss Elizabeth's distraction from the very first SummerSlam. It's the first time that we ever got like the sex appeal, I guess, in WWE. And it's when she took off her skirt, and she's gorgeous. Yes. Miss Elizabeth was fucking gorgeous. Yeah. Like, not just in the sense of like she was sexy, she was beautiful. She was fucking a beautiful. She was a beautiful woman. Yeah. And that was the first time that you saw like a woman like take off her skirt to use like her features to distract like a wrestler. Yeah. And perfect timing, SummerSlam, basically in a bathing suit, like it was perfect.
Who was the match against?
It was the Mega Powers, Hogan and Macho Man versus Andre the Giant and Ted DiBiase.
That's right.
But it's just such a great distraction. Great distraction. That's my number 19.
All right. My number 18, just because I believed the shit out of this, was Undertaker versus Undertaker.
Oh, God.
And I was double scared because I used to be deathly afraid of the Undertaker.
That was such a blunder for me. It's such a blunder.
Yeah.
Oh, it was stupid. You could totally tell which one's not the Undertaker because he was 2 inches shorter. And he was trying too hard to act like the Undertaker.
I remember I watched it. I was only 2 or 3, but I remember like I was with my sister, and she would cry at the Undertaker, and so I would be like, "This guy's gonna come into my fucking house."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was I've watched it back before, and I was like, "This is the stupidest fucking thing."
I think I've told you before. My family took me to see a house show at the old barn at the arena, and we had to leave because I got scared. And
You
my
fucking mark.
mom thought it was the Undertaker that I got scared at, but my uncle and my grandma then were like, "No, it wasn't the Undertaker. It was Yokozuna that he got scared at. He was cheering for the Undertaker. He got scared about Yokozuna." Because I think it was at that time Yokozuna, I think, sat on Macho Man, and Macho Man, got out of breath. I forget what the story is. I don't remember if it was Macho Man, but I remember Yokozuna doing, his finishing move on somebody to the point where, they couldn't breathe.
You thought he was going to sit on you?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I got scared of Yokozuna. But it was hilarious. It's
That's funny.
It's you would think, a little kid would get scared of the Undertaker. Nope, I got scared. I was cheering for the Undertaker, but I got scared of Yokozuna.
I can't tell you how many times I'd cry in my room with the Undertaker.
I loved the Undertaker, but
I
love Halloween, so I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
I was so scared of the Undertaker trick that at grade school I was afraid to go in the janitor's closet because I thought back in the boiler room there was gonna be Taker in the
back
ministry.
in the boiler room. Well, so I was actually scared of Mankind when Mankind debuted. Because he went after the Undertaker and was beating the Undertaker's ass.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, if he's beating the Undertaker's ass, this guy's scary.
This guy's
That's what I thought. And WWE, I guess that works because that was WWE's game plan is to have the scary Mankind crazy person beat up the scariest person in WWE. Yeah. It worked for me. It worked.
Yeah.
But back on the Undertaker versus Undertaker, they tried to throw the swerve. Because that was the first time Undertaker started wearing purple gloves. So it's but the Great Undertaker's obviously the real one. It's no, he's just evolving into this Undertaker now.
Oh, man.
So that was your 19?
That was my 18.
Oh, yeah. That was your 18. My 18 is that when CM Punk shows heart against Brock Lesnar.
Oh, okay.
Just in general. Just at the end of the match when Punk's I'm not going down without a fight. And Punk starts coming back. To me, that moment's awesome.
That match is nuts. I watched it after last week again.
The match is insane. But when Punk starts coming back and fucking hitting him with the kendo stick, he's I'm not fucking going down. Punk should have won the match. Yeah. I think that moment's cool because the crowd's fully behind that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's my 18.
My 17 is Paul Bearer turning on the Undertaker.
Ooh,
higher up for you?
Maybe.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. We can save it for you.
You want to save it?
We can save it for you. Yeah.
We'll save it. We'll save it. My 17 is AJ Styles beats John Cena clean. There was no outside interference. There's nothing. Styles beats him clean, and the crowd's holy shit. Styles just beats Cena.
Was Styles playing heel at that time?
He was
heel. I can't remember.
He was heel.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I thought so.
He turned heel a couple months before that.
That's right.
When, the club came down and Styles and Cena were we're going to fucking beat them up. And he's come on. And then Styles
beat up John Cena.
Yeah, Styles turns Cena around and hits him with the forearm. Yeah. If you can't take a forearm to the head, then you should get out of this business. But the phenomenal AJ Styles totally won that match. Okay, and cleanly with Styles Clash.
A hell of a match.
It was a hell of a match. Hell of a match. Let me tell you, hell of a match, brother. All right, that was my 17.
My 16.
Yep.
Going back to 2005, little Shawn Michaels Hulk Hogan match.
What number is this for you?
This is my
16?
16.
Because what you're saying is my 15.
Is it?
Yeah.
I really love it just because of the backstory of it. That Michaels
icon versus icon, man.
And Michaels wasn't bought into the story apparently.
Not at all.
And he oversold the shit.
Pissed.
He was pissed over. So I remember I was going through looking up, researching all this shit, and I was reading about it, and I was fuck yeah, that's right. And that I remember vividly him just bumping and so fucking hard.
Because Vince, Pat Patterson, and I think it was oh my god, the Freebird. What's his name?
Michael Hayes.
Michael Hayes, yeah. They booked Michaels to go over.
Yeah.
But they booked Michaels to go over, and Hogan was not cool with that. Hogan's like, no, brother, no. If I'm coming back, I'm winning. And at first, Michaels wanted to be who would win between Michaels and Hogan. That's all the story's going to be. Mm-hmm. Hogan didn't want to do that. Hogan threw another conniption fit, apparently, behind the scenes. And they're like, Hogan wanted Michaels to turn heel. That's why Michaels was only heel for a month. Because Michaels was like, I can't turn heel because when I was heel, I did all this like bad shit. I did like all these drugs. I did the alcohol. Like I have a really hard time, like differentiating.
Yeah, and he was coming everything off, since 2002. Yeah, back on his babyface run of being like Michaels is back. Yeah.
Michaels is like, if I turn heel, when I was heel last, like I was in such a dark place. I just don't want to go back to that place. I just want to be babyface. I didn't want to do that. Yeah. So I was pissed. Like Michaels was like, I was pissed. Like I don't want to do that. And Michaels just started taking those. I love it. And Michaels like, awesome. If you really want to do this, Hogan, I will be heel. And people will remember this feud, not for you, but for me. Yeah. And Hogan's like, let's do it. And you remember that feud for probably the greatest promo of all time. One of my all-time favorite promos is Shawn Michaels in Montreal when they're booing him. And he's like, oh, Canada, how I hate this place. And then the Bret Hart music comes on, and the crowd gives one of the loudest pops I've ever heard. Bret never comes out, and Shawn just goes, "Oh, got your hopes up just a little bit that night."
Oh fuck, I forgot about that.
Oh god, wow. Heel Shawn is amazing, and then he did all that. Hogan beats him the next night on Raw. Michaels turns back into a babyface against Chris Masters. Yeah, I remember that because I was pissed. So I was like, I love heel Michaels. Heel Michaels is great. And then he turned back into a babyface the next night. I was pissed.
The overselling in that match, though, was just like hysterically good.
When Hogan gives him the big boot, and Michaels does he gets back up and does like the run around and throws his arms down, and Hogan's like, "Whoa, brother!"
He like bounces around. Like, do you remember that old like computer game where you could send like the dummy down and it bounces off a bunch of things? Yeah. That was Michaels, and it was fucking perfect.
Oh, that's great.
God bless him.
And that was your 16?
And that was your 15?
That was my 15. But my 16 is Daniel Bryan returns to Team WWE against Nexus.
So that is my 14, actually.
Oh, that's your 14.
That's my 14, actually.
We'll save it. We'll save it for that. So what's your 15?
Oh, wait. No. I'm sorry. That was my 15.
Oh, that's your 15. So
that's my 15.
We just flipped them.
Yeah, we did.
That's hilarious.
Yep. That's my 15.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan returning
after choking a guy with a
choking Justin Roberts with his necktie, which is like always happens. Like it always used to happen. Bryan's like, I didn't know this was against the rules.
Stone Cold choked fucking Bret Hart with the cable.
Yeah. So what's funny? If you go back and watch one of the Tommaso Ciampa Johnny Gargano matches, I forget which one it was. Tommaso goes to use something to choke him out. And remember, he wraps it around his neck, and the referee goes, don't choke him, don't choke him, don't choke him. Like, you can hear the referee vividly saying, don't choke him, like begging him not to do it.
Was that the match where he moved the padding off the ground?
It might be. I
think it is that match.
Because he goes to do it, and he wraps the thing around his neck before he starts to pull back. The referee's like, don't choke him, don't choke him, don't choke him. So Tommaso just lets go of the rope and just hits him in the back of the head.
That's right.
Undoes like everything he did. It was like, that's hilarious because you could totally hear the referee going, don't choke him. Like,
that's funny. Daniel Bryan returning, but he was on Team WWE, right? In that match,
yeah.
Well, against Nexus, right?
Yeah. Which fuck that match.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That was the
match.
main event, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Nexus should have won over, and they didn't. That killed Nexus credibility. Mm-hmm. That killed everything that they had. That killed their credibility. Mm-hmm.
And why would you want to kill that?
Cena even admitted years later. Cena was like, "Yeah, we should have lost that match." Yeah. Like, but the Daniel Bryan coming back was just. I mean, it's such a cool moment because it sets in this chain reaction of events, especially with Miz, because Miz was supposed to be the seventh person.
Really?
Yeah, Miz is standing on stage being like, I'm going to go wrestle for Team WWE, and John Cena's like, what are you doing out here? Yeah. You're not our seventh and final person, and Miz is like, what are you talking about? And that's when Cena turns around at next. He's like, our seventh and final person is Daniel Bryan. Bryan walks past Miz and goes wrestles the match.
That's right.
It's just like
that's funny.
The fucking storytelling of this Daniel Bryan Miz feud is perfect.
Yeah,
it's perfect. Yep. And they don't want to spoil anybody's shit on here, but if you go back on the network and watch the Daniel Bryan mini documentary back at WrestleMania 30, which is I forget where it's at. It's not under I forget.
Oh, it's not under the 24.
No, it's not. But it's under something else. I forget what it is. I think it might be under Network Originals or something like that.
Yep, it is.
It's one of the first Network Originals that they put out.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Bryan is he talks about how he hates being a celebrity, he hates doing all this stuff. In that documentary, the Miz is like, I love Daniel Bryan. He's a close friend of mine. We acted we really didn't like each other and all of this, but Bryan's worked his ass off. Yeah. He deserves everything he gets. And Bryan, you see as Miz is talking, Bryan's out in the hallway. He's like, Miz, what are you doing? He's like, I'm talking good about you. He's like, that's making you sick to your stomach, isn't it, Miz? And Miz is like, shut up, man. I love you. It's don't watch that if you want to believe this whole story, because they love each other, and it's great. And that's what, to me, is why I love this feud so much, because it's best friends always make the best feuds. Yep. And they may not be best friends, but they respect each other enough and they like each other enough to where they can put on an amazing story.
Well, I think that's so good right now, because I don't think I think they hate each other right now, and the fact that they want to win this rivalry.
Yeah.
Well, not winning or losing matches, but they
just want
to like a fuck you. I'm gonna win this over.
Yeah.
This is my rivalry, which, like you said, that makes it fucking great.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That was mine. 16. Daniel Bryan returns. What's your 15?
I think
that was your 15.
Yeah.
And my 15.
That was my 15. Yeah.
Right, and my 15 was HBK, Shawn versus Hogan. So what's your 14?
My 14 is good old Suplex City with Brock and John Cena.
Welcome to Suplex City. That was the beginning of Suplex City. That was the intro of Suplex City.
But I don't think Suplex City was a catchphrase yet.
No, that was the beginning.
Mania.
Yeah, that was the beginning. That was the first time that ever happened.
But I don't think they said Suplex City.
No, they didn't.
Right.
They didn't.
But yeah, that's when it first.
Do you know when Suplex City began?
It was at Mania.
Yeah.
When he goes, Suplex City, bitch.
Yeah, that's when it started.
Yeah.
But
that's when I used to pop for Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, exactly. Same here. I was like, oh my God, kill him, Lesnar. Kill him.
But yeah, against John Cena. Because I remember watching that match.
Hogan,
just being like,
John Cena, because he had the red and yellow.
That's right. I was like, Jesus, man. Is he going to stop? Apparently, Cena the next day, his eyes were out of his head.
Really?
Yeah, that's what Angle said. He was like, yeah, I saw John. He was just his eyes were out of the front of his head, just because he took so many fucking suplexes. Just got his ass kicked. Oh, man. I can't believe I popped for that.
Fuck you, Lesnar.
All right, what's your 14?
My number 14 is the New Day begins their record-breaking title reign at SummerSlam 2014. They win the triple threat tag team match to win tag titles against primetime players and the Cologne's name when they had the little bowl with them. Los Matadores.
Yes.
New Day wins that match. That sets off. That's the title win. That's their record-breaking title win. And I remember when they win, Kofi gets the pin, and Kofi does this celebration where he's on his back, and he jumps up his back. It basically looks like he's jumping, but it's on his back. Yeah. And then that celebration that they do, that's the first time New Day was actually really cheered too.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yep.
Love that. New Day beginning their record-breaking, demolition-breaking tag team title reign. It's got to be up there. Got to be.
Surprisingly, it's not on my list.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
Not surprised. I didn't think about it either until I was watching that pay-per-view just to watch the Lesnar Undertaker laugh part, and then I came across the New Day part. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the one that started their fucking title reign.
That's right.
That's got to be for me. That's got to be on there.
And hopefully at the SummerSlam starts a new one.
No shit.
So my number 13.
Yep.
I got Mr. Arrow, Stephen Amell.
Oh.
In his match with Neville against Stardust. And oh fuck, who was Stardust tagged with?
King Barrett.
That's right.
Bad news, Barrett.
Yeah. I thought it was cool.
I'm afraid I got some bad news for you.
That pay-per-view, I think I remember it being kind of iffy, and like that, like Stephen Amell's performance being like
great pay-per-view,
pretty damn, like he was pretty athletic. He did the jump off the top turnbuckle into the
pretty cool
thing. Yeah, so
like
it's my 13.
My number 13 is the next big thing arrives. Brock Lesnar defeats The Rock to win his first WWE Championship.
A little higher up on mine, but yes,
we'll save it then. It's number 12.
My number 12 is good old John Stewart
Taking
the chair
20?
shots of John Cena. Didn't see it coming.
I didn't
Because
either.
him and Seth had that great...
Yeah.
Which
I saw it coming
loved.
when Cena botched. Like,
good old Cena botch.
and Cena blames the other person because Cena's like, no, wait. Like,
John Stewart was just phenomenal through that whole SummerSlam.
he was
thing,
good.
with the promos against Seth and whatnot.
The backstage thing at SummerSlam when he was like, my kid's favorite wrestler is The Undertaker, and like somebody, I forget who they were backstage with. They're like, "Are you kidding me?" And the lights go purple, and The Undertaker just walks past.
Walks by,
and like Stewart's like, "I'm not gonna ask him for an autograph."
Yeah, that was a cool moment. Those celebrity moments are so hard to pull off, I feel like. But
they did with Stewart
they did
same year. Stewart and Amell were the same year.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, true that.
That was your 12?
That was my 12, yes.
My number 12 is The Undertaker chokeslamming Edge to hell.
All right, that is higher up on mine.
We'll save it, because those are higher, they mean more. We'll save it.
I'll put an honorable mention there right now, because I don't think it's probably on your list. Maybe. Is there a JBL on your list?
Nope.
Okay.
Is there a JBL?
Remember when Taker chokeslammed him through the limo?
The limo, yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yep.
JBL. Thank God he's not on the announce table.
Thank God. Michael. The lights are on bright, Michael.
So, Michael. And he'd always bring up something that happened over the weekend in some other sporting event.
The lights are on bright, Michael. I'm going to bring up a 1980s reference, Michael. And then I'm going to bully whoever the damn hell I feel like. Michael.
Idiot.
Michael Cole.
So my number 11?
Yes.
Correct?
Yep.
I got Finn Balor winning the U.S. title.
It's higher on mine.
Universal title.
It's higher on mine.
Is it? Yeah. I thought it was good for me a good kickoff at close to the 10 spot.
Yeah.
So
it's way higher on mine.
Okay. All right. I respect that. I respect that.
Only because, like, if you really think about the importance of that title and how that title has become the main title, basically.
Yeah.
Because, fuck SmackDown, but
Right.
even though SmackDown has the lineage of Bruno Sammartino,
True.
we're not gonna mention that.
No.
Whatever. But my number 11 is it right?
Mm-hmm.
My number 11. Paul Bearer turns on the Undertaker.
Yeah.
That's my number 11. It's just like when Paul Bearer started laughing, like, "Oh, what the fuck, man?
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, why are you doing that?
What are you doing, Paul? Why are you doing that, Paul? Paul, stop it, Paul."
Yes. That was cool though to watch him. It was smart to put him with Mankind though.
Yeah.
That worked well.
Well, that's
together.
setting the chain reaction of moments that sparred Undertaker and Kane too. So
Yep. That is true.
it's good. Paul Bearer. Fucking chair.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking chair. All right, it's time for the top 10, right?
Top 10.
What's your 10?
My number 10. Got the old that ladder match with HBK and Razor Ramon. The moment though is Razor raising up HBK's arm at the end of the match. It's a cool little sportsmanship moment. Was that Michael's first IC win? Or no, way no.
Fuck!
Jeez, quit breaking the chair.
No, I'm just gonna be over here.
Damn trick. But yeah, it's a cool moment. Show of respect. Fucking throwing things around in the cockpit
I
studios.
set it down and it just slid
That
off
was
the
not
bar.
a set. That was a throw. That was a
You
toss.
saw me? It just slowly slid off like
That
a
was
snake.
not slow. That was high speed.
Whatever.
Whatever. But that is my number 10 to kick off.
Whatever.
Top 10, I got HBK, Razor Ramon,
Great match. That's in my honorable mention.
raising the arm. I love those moments.
My number 10 is Welcome to Suplex City, bitch. John Cena, Brock Lesnar, welcome to Suplex City.
Cool.
We already talked about it.
We did. My number 9, we didn't talk about it yet, but it was on yours. I got Brock Lesnar beating The Rock in 2002.
Next big thing arrives.
Next big thing arrives. That made him the youngest until
the Viper.
Handy Randy.
Handy
Randy
Penis Randy
came in and took the title as the youngest.
Yep.
But yeah, I remember being pissed though. I was like, damn it, why is Rock losing to this guy?
I wasn't happy either, and then I watched it back. I'm like, man, the crowd's really behind Lesnar here.
Yeah, I hated Lesnar. I think I've always have.
I did. I hated Lesnar until he won against Taker, and I was like, oh, damn.
I think because he just looks like a fucking thumb.
Actually, take that back. No, I liked Lesnar when he wrestled Cena at Extreme Rules because that match was awesome.
True. Yeah, that's my 9.
My 9 is something you've already brought up. My number 9 is Randy Orton winning the world title against Chris Ben No Name.
Well, how about that?
Did
we talk about that?
Yeah, we did talk about it. The youngest world champ can't.
Has there been a younger one since Randy?
I don't think so.
23?
I don't think so. I think Randy's because Randy just said it on SmackDown. He's the youngest world champion of all time.
That's gonna. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen again.
Velveteen Dream's the only person I can think of, and Velveteen Dream's 23 years old, so time's running out. You gotta do it now. Call him up. Win it, Vel. Win it, Dream.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
So my number
8.
Number 8. My number 8 is, you already brought this up, but Undertaker slamming Edge
through the ring to hell.
Which I think we both kind of agreed was a little extreme.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, so is this character done? Like,
yeah. That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get slammed through a ring, though.
Wrestlers hate it.
I bet.
Wrestlers hate because it's like, okay, am I clear enough to, like, am I going to hit the spot right to where there's nothing there?
Right.
Or am I going to clip my head on, like, the part that's still there? Like, Edge talks about, like, how much he hated that spot, like, doing that. He's like, it works perfectly, but he's like, man, before you do it, you're like, am I going to land this right?
Yeah,
like,
well, that's like the Hell in a Cell with Triple H and Cactus Jack, where he flipped him through, and it's like, to hit that perfectly, and I mean, yeah, that's a scary thing. I'm kind of glad they don't do that anymore. Yeah, I think it's kind of dumb anyway.
I agree.
But that was badass. Like, oh shit, it just went through the fucking ring.
My number 8 is the first ever TLC match.
That is
that higher on yours?
It's by a couple.
By a couple.
We can talk about it now if you want. That is my number. That's my number 5.
We'll wait. If it's in your top 5,
it's in my top 5.
We'll wait for that.
Okay.
We'll wait for that.
Okay.
What's your number 7?
My number 7 is when good old Mankind did the Jimmy Superfly Snuka to Triple H.
Elbow drop.
He's up on the cage. He could have won the fucking match.
Yeah, but instead he rips his shirt open, thinking there's going to be a heart there, and there's not because he sweat it all off. And he looks down and he's like, fuck it. And he just drops the elbow.
Drops the elbow, man. To see him do that, it's like, what?
That was an honorable mention of
mine.
What
he did, wasn't it? It's cool.
The match itself was on my top 20 matches last week.
That's
but
right.
I don't know why. I think it should be flipped. Now
the
more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, probably should be flipped.
Mankind and Triple H, I think, are a very underrated, somewhat rivalry throughout the years.
Oh, fuck
I mean, their fucking matches were always fucking incredible.
They've been stellar.
Well, that's why when people are always like, oh, Triple H actually really hates Mankind, it's like, no, they
just had chemistry.
They fucking had some of the best matches.
Mm-hmm. That was your 7?
Marks. Yes.
My number 7 is The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar's laugh at each other. Ha 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 ha! Punch! Because that moment when the crowd sees Lesnar laughing, they're like, oh, that fucker.
Yeah.
And Undertaker rises up and does a laugh back, like, oh fuck! Yeah. And like, the crowd pops and the crowd gets amped for that, like that final 10 minutes. I think because of that.
I remember popping my bed. It was one of those things where like I jumped up and was like, "Oh shit, Taker's nuts!"
Yeah, when that happened, I was watching with Dave and his buddies. I was like, we're all like, "Holy shit, here we go!" Yep. Like, here's Undertaker.
Taker looked so crazy. Mm-hmm. Oh man,
the memes that followed on that though were the best. My favorite meme is Undertaker. His face was on Frasier's sitcom Frasier's face, and he's like doing the piano, like his body's like back like this, like on his head back, and it's just Undertaker's face. It's like ha 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 ha.
Psycho, man. Man. That was your number.
Yep. What's your number
7?
6?
That was your 7.
Yep.
My 6. My 6th TLC match.
TLC. Right.
Yeah, I mean that's a moment in itself. It's a moment and a match. It's one of those.
And especially the moment where Bubba Ray gets like pushed like the ladder. That's the first time we saw him stay on the ladder while he push it.
Yeah,
he goes through like the 4 tables like on the outside.
He only kind of like missed him.
He missed. Yeah, he almost completely missed him. He jumped at like realized like I'm gonna overshoot it if I don't like
let go.
Yeah.
Big men don't bump like that.
No, they don't.
I can see Joe doing it.
Undertaker did it against Edge at TLC.
Oh, that's right.
Shawn did it against Triple H, and Shawn like broke through the one table and went under the other tables.
Yep.
And the one Shawn throws his like legs, his hands. He's like, no. He kicks it off. He's like, oh, I'm dead again.
Fuck. Shit. Oh man. But yeah, that's for a TLC match. I mean, that's just
yeah. And that was
my 6.
My 6 is Shane McMahon's fall off the Titantron.
Sorry, did I fuck something up?
Why did you have that on there? Did you have it? Did you misread? Did I fuck something up?
I said something was in my top 5, didn't I?
You said TLC was in your top 5.
There we go. Okay. Bop. But it's not. That's actually not my top 5. That's my top 6. That was my number 6, and I can't count.
Shane McMahon's fall though off the SummerSlam.
It's a bit higher up for me.
All right. We'll talk about that. If it's higher up, we'll wait. We'll wait if it's higher up then. All right. What's your?
I like
6?
that we kind of got the same. A few of them right in the same little area.
What's your number 5? Here we go. Top 5.
My number 5, and no. Think of a different moment. But when SummerSlam goes to Wembley.
Just that moment in general?
Yeah. Well,
I like that.
Was that one of the first times was that the first time they went there?
I don't know if it's one of the first.
Or was it
but it's
the first time they went
pay-per-views, definitely.
I think it's the first time they went. I think they quoted it as like going Universal.
Yeah.
So it's cool. And we talked about this last week. They need to go back.
Oh, definitely.
Just be awesome.
Definitely.
So
and just have is there an English wrestler right now who's like popular?
I don't know.
RT Scroll. I don't want to talk about that.
There's a villain out there somewhere that's perfect.
There's a villain out there who's perfect for that. But anyway, my number 5 is Finn Balor wins the Universal Championship off Seth Rollins. Just because the moment in general, the inaugural champion, Finn, with a dislocated shoulder, finishes the match. And the match itself is amazing. I can't believe I left that off of my top. When you said that last week for your top 20 matches,
you felt like a fucking dumb mark.
I was like, oh my god! I can't believe I forgot about that match.
You felt like one of those Twitter idiots.
Great
You're
match.
Stupid.
I did. I feel like a fucking Twitter idiot who can't curse on Twitter.
The match became more incredible to me when I found out that he legit was injured and still put on that good of a performance.
Watch it back, and that match, the false finishes and everything, is insane.
Yeah.
But the crowd does piss me off in that match because the crowd's too busy chanting, chanting at the dumb title. Oh, yeah. Because they don't like it and blah, blah, blah. But now the title actually is pretty cool.
Cool.
It's grown on.
Well,
it's definitely
when
grown.
we see it.
Yeah, no doubt. But it's the crowd's too busy chanting against the title instead of realizing the brilliance of the match between Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. That match is incredible.
Yeah. So my number 4.
Yep.
This one made my way into the list after you showed me it. I think I've seen it before, but it's been a while. The British Bulldog.
That's your number 4? That is my number 4 as well. The British Bulldog wins.
That crowd.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They didn't stop.
Yeah, that's my number 4 as well.
Oh, man, that was awesome.
Just the Hart, because you don't expect it to be over. Bret Hart goes for the sunset flip, and Bulldog catches him and just goes down.
Mm-hmm. That was nuts, dude.
And it's a quick count. I love it.
Crowd, dude, that crowd pop. I don't know how many people were at Wembley, but
it was over 80,000 people.
Jesus Christ, dude!
And the whole place just goes insane.
Fucking bonkers, man.
Yeah. like it's almost to the point it's so loud at the time because the mics. I mean, it's fucking 1992. It was so loud that you almost couldn't hear the announcers.
Yeah.
Like at that point.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Great. Yeah, that's my number 4 as well. So what's your number 3?
My number 3. What? Stack of dimes.
What? That stack of dimes you call neck, son?
Stone Cold breaking his neck.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. Because it scared me. Because I was like, well, that's it. There goes Stone Cold. I think I put it more on this moment itself is because, I mean, if it would have went the other way
Yeah.
in a worse situation, I mean, we wouldn't.
Yeah.
Who knows what the wrestling business would be today?
True.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, because he was
Stone Cold could have kept wrestling probably.
Yeah, and I remember he is so mad at that match because it wasn't too bad of a match.
Career. Yeah.
Yeah.
It derailed his whole career. It changed everything.
Yeah, and like I said, it could have went worse. Could have went completely the other way, and we would have never got the good old rattlesnake for so many years. But yeah, it was nuts.
My number 3 is The Prodigal Son Returns. Shawn Michaels returns. That entrance alone and him returning is just out of this world. Is that higher on yours?
Yeah, it's up there with.
We'll wait.
Might be similar to last week.
What's your number 2?
My number 2, it's up high for me, is Shane falling off that Titantron.
Wow, that's high.
I remember that it's one of those moments that one of the first good amount of pay-per-views when I started watching them in 2000.
That's your number 2?
Yeah.
Wow. You left off a moment that I cannot believe you left off. We'll get into it. But
what?
Yeah. But we'll see. But Shane falling off.
It's crazy, dude.
It's insane.
It was
and
nuts.
then Blackman jumps.
Yes.
Steve Blackman jumps.
Yeah. It's crazy. Shane's a fucking nut.
Yeah,
I remember that
nut.
because it was like the kendo stick, right?
Yeah.
And then it was just like...
Because he does it the one time. He's like, do it again.
Yeah.
Wasn't ready.
And then he falls. It's like...
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh. No, thank you.
No.
I don't want to fall off this chair that's 4 feet off the ground.
Okay, so that's funny that you brought that up because Nikolai is like, you're not afraid of heights, but like you're afraid to like climb up like a little ladder off like 5 feet off the ground. I'm like, yeah, because it's like for some reason like I see the ground, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fall off and like hurt my elbow. But like, I want to skydive. I've bungee jumped before. Like
Right.
I love jumping off like really high shit into a body of water. Like I'm crazy, like adrenaline junkie. But if I'm staying on a chair, I'm like, don't let me fall because I don't want to hurt my elbow. Like
It's the fact
it's
for
crazy.
me that
It's weird.
I feel like I have weak ankles because I've messed them up playing hockey and whatnot. That like jumping off like a retaining wall that's like in somebody's garden. I'm like, there goes the ankle.
If I'm like high up and I'm like, I'm gonna jump off this, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking jump off and it's gonna be great. But if I'm staying on like if I'm staying on this chair right now, I'm like, oh god, okay, don't let it fall. Like you would think I'm afraid of heights. Not at all. No. I'm always like, if we're at like a fucking building in downtown St. Louis, like we go all the way to the top floor, like the fucking 40th floor or something, I'm always looking over the edge. I'm like, this would be fun to jump off if there was like something that catch me. Like,
is this all right? Small little topic. Is this being afraid of heights like on top of a tall building and like if I'm on a rail, I'm not afraid of how high up I am. I'm afraid of the freak accidents of like the rail breaking. Is that being afraid of heights or just
kind of
a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess so. Like, I mean, being up there doesn't give me anxiety. Yeah. It's like if I hold onto the rail, I'm like, well, damn, I'm kind of heavy. What if this breaks?
What do you think about like going in like City Museum?
I haven't been there in a long time.
Oh, it's so much fun. We were climbing up that shit, and we were over on like I think I sent you a Snapchat of like we're in the school bus that's over the building. You can open the window and just like look down. I'm like, this is awesome.
Oh yeah, see me in my head, I'm like my 220-pound ass is going to tip this bus over somehow.
That's why everybody's like, so if we all like stay over here, will the bus just tip over? I'm like, no, you idiots.
Yeah, like I know
they wouldn't put that there if that could happen. Like. It's obviously like cemented into the ground, like into the building. Like you're not gonna do that.
But see, I don't think I'm afraid of dying. It's like I don't feel like
a freak accident.
I don't feel like being hurt.
Yeah,
like it's like fuck, my ankle's broke. God damn it! Like the inconvenience.
See, like
of
I'm
being
not
injured.
afraid of heights at all. So it's like I'm just afraid of hurting my elbow. Like it's like
yeah.
like I think it's because like I did wrestling. Like I'm so used to like smack. If I fall, I always smack my arms back now and keep my head tucked, like catch my fall. For an example, I was drunk one night, walking to a bar, and I saw a construction barrel thing. Normally, these construction barrels are pretty heavy, so I'm like, I'm gonna jump on it just because I feel like jumping on it. I go to jump on it, and there's nothing inside. The construction barrel just goes in the fucking air, like 10 feet in the fucking air, and I'm falling down towards my back.
Tuck your chin.
5 feet off the ground. I tuck my chin, tuck my head, and I smack my arms back, and I'm just like, whoa. Caught my fall completely. Wasn't hurt, but I think the adrenaline rush completely wiped out what happened. On both of my arms and my elbows, I'm just bleeding, pouring blood off like my elbows. I'm like, and I'm just sitting there, and like these random people walked up. They're like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And all I did was, this is my response. I didn't say yes. I just go, ha 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 ha. Like I started laughing like fucking Johnny Knoxville.
You only get so many bumps.
Yeah, I started laughing. That's all I did. I just started laughing like, okay, and they walked away. I had my fucking Knoxvilles on too, so they're like, okay, this kid's just an idiot. Like, but no, I just started laughing. I'm like, holy shit, that just happened. Anyway, back to the countdown. My number 2 is the Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth's wedding. That's my number 2.
Well, I was really high up for you.
Yeah,
and that's 2 different spectrums.
Yeah, that's one of those moments that's just like, you ask any wrestling fan, was one of the greatest SummerSlam moments, that will be on their list. Like, that moment in general. And this was right after Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth like reuniting at WrestleMania. So it's like, we're going to be together forever. And that main evented SummerSlam. That's how SummerSlam ended that year.
That's crazy.
It was just a wedding. Nothing happened.
And it worked.
Yeah, exactly. Because everyone was like, yeah, Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth, you guys deserve to be together. And it wasn't until afterwards at the wedding reception, which I don't think was shown. I don't know if it was shown on SummerSlam or not. But it was when Jake the Snake Roberts and The Undertaker crashed the wedding and like had the snake like going around and they fucked up everything. That's the rivalry between Macho Man and Randy Savage that took place after that. But that's my number 2. Before we get into our number 1 picks for our top 20 SummerSlam moments.
Jeez, bud.
I drank a lot tonight.
Ass mouth.
Ass mouth out the asshole. But do you have honorable mentions you want to mention?
I got a couple.
Go ahead.
I got 2 Bret Hart moments, actually.
Go ahead.
Bret Hart beating Mr. Perfect. It's a match I like to go back and watch.
Great
IC title, right?
Yep. Yeah.
That's right.
I think it's the
kind of
first time-
started the Bret Hart thing.
I think it's the first time Bret won the IC title.
Yeah,
actually.
Sure. Another Bret Hart moment is him spitting on Shawn Michaels.
Yep. I have that on my honorable mentions.
Undertaker match?
Yep.
Correct?
Accidentally.
There's the steel chair.
Shawn accidentally helps Bret win the match. Yep.
Yeah. Spitting on people. Such a
so
fuck
gross.
You. Another honorable mention is the Elimination Chamber from 2003.
Oh, the Goldberg loses.
Yeah.
The Goldberg loses.
That was nuts. What's funny is I forgot the results of that match. And I just watched it a couple nights ago. And I was like, oh, fuck, that's right. Hunter won.
So that pay-per-view in general, I hated that pay-per-view because it was just so boring. Yeah. And I remember me and my 2 friends, when I was in grade school, I had 2 buddies that just liked wrestling as much as I did, and we just watched all the pay-per-views together. And I just remember when that pay-per-view came around, we were like, Goldberg's going to win. Goldberg's going to win. Yep. Goldberg's going to win. And when Triple H hit him with the sledgehammer, I just remember us 3 just going, holy shit! Holy shit! And then Triple H won, and we were all like, oh my god, Triple H just won! Like, that was
one of my favorite parts about that match is when
Triple H was
Flair's trying to keep the door closed with Goldberg, and he's like leaned up against the fucking wall, and he just starts flipping off Goldberg.
Yeah. Do you remember Triple H was wearing like the fucking shit because he was hurt?
He was hurt. Yeah.
He didn't want to give up the title, so that's why Triple H barely wrestles in that match.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason why Triple H was like hiding in the cell because he's like, I'm like,
don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want to hurt it anymore.
Goldberg tries to bust open the pod, kind of, and then he has to punch the rest. And Triple H is like, "Oh, hey, oh." Because like it's plexiglass, like it still hurt you, like, cut you in some way. And Triple H's like, "Oh God, what the fuck's wrong with this?" And he tries to throw.
But that spear, the Jericho. So,
oh God,
you remember
it didn't break almost.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you didn't remember, on the network, they have it edited to where it looks like he goes right through it.
It's like the smallest edit.
Yeah, exactly. But the first time he does it, it doesn't break. And Goldberg just thrusts forward and it just breaks in half. And the crowd pops on next. The crowd's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And Jericho's elbow pad gets caught on the chamber, like, cell, on, like, the metal.
I missed that.
Yeah. His elbow pad gets caught in the cell, and you see Jericho's arm just, like, hanging, because he's, like, trying to pull it down. He's like, fuck it. Like, I'm just going to leave it hanging.
Oh, man.
Those
are my honorable mentions.
Right, I have a few honorable mentions. Shawn accidentally helps Brett win against The Undertaker, like you said, the spit. Jeff Hardy's swanton off the ladder to CM Punk.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
The Rock beats Booker T for the WCW title. Undertaker versus Stone Cold, just because the build to that was insane in 1998.
Yeah.
The Highway to Hell video was insane. Mankind wins the WWE title at 99 in the triple threat against Triple H and Stone Cold.
I forgot about that.
Mankind's elbow drop.
Yep.
DX's tank when they come out in the tank.
Oh, yeah.
And final honorable mention is when the Ultimate Warrior beats Honky Tonk Man, breaks his 1-year record for the Intercontinental title. All right, what's your number one?
My number one, I mean, it might as well have just been the whole match, but just the HBK return, 2002.
HBK. It's just like, it's such a cool moment. It's such a cool
the
fucking
win,
moment.
like I could have 20 moments of that.
But just the entrance alone
yes.
is in the top. Obviously, I had it at number 3 for me. This top 3 moment. Like, the entrance of him just standing there, you see the silhouette and with the sparks in front of him, and he walks through the sparks, and every step that he would take, confetti would shoot off.
Yep.
Like, that moment in general is just amazing. And then you can do the fucking, he jumps off of the turnbuckle through the table. He jumps off the ladder. The fucking win at the end when he says, thank God. And like,
he kisses Earl Hebner.
Or the fucking sledgehammer to his back at the end.
Oh.
Like, that whole match in general.
He took I think he took a chair spot too, I want to say. Mm-hmm. Was it a backdrop?
Yep.
Yeah. And I remember just being like,
it's like, oh no, not his back. Yeah.
How is he protecting him in there? He's going to hurt him. It's like, oh man.
But that match was one of the greatest matches in terms of storytelling of all time.
Yeah, that whole fucking feud. By the way, I know we got to finish this up, but did you watch the promo package of No Way Out, or the one I sent of? I was like Triple H, HBK 2004, I think. We tweeted out like video packages or somebody from PWP did.
I did,
and
that was me.
Put it on there. You should watch it. It's a hell of a package.
I have to watch it.
Watch it.
My Way, still the best.
Duh.
And I mean, Daniel Bryan, Miz may beat that this week.
Yeah, they'll probably put a flow
after those
on
like
it, though.
3-part series that we got on SmackDown Live. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was sweet. All right, what's your number one? Wait, is your number one you're surprised isn't on my list?
Yeah. My number one is the rise of the Authority when Daniel Bryan wins the WWE Championship. And then Triple H pedigrees him, and Randy Orton comes out to cash in Money in the Bank.
Man, why did I forget that?
That's my number one. That's my number one moment. That's my number one moment because it was just like...
I just forgot about it.
I wanted that to happen just because I wanted just chaos and like anarchy to happen. And it's just that it actually happened. And the crowd just like, oh my God, no! Like,
yeah. Why are you doing this to us?
Yeah, because Daniel Bryan was like the biggest baby face. Yeah. Daniel Bryan is probably the biggest baby face of this generation.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
True baby face. Everybody loves him. Like, true baby face. Wins the title. And probably one of the best matches in SummerSlam history. And hard-fought match. Cena shakes his hand at the end. Cena leaves. You think it's going to be over. Triple H is awkwardly just kind of standing behind him like, oh my God, it's going to happen. I remember saying that day, I'm like, it's going to happen. Fucking Triple H is going to turn on him. Triple H is going to fucking turn on him. And I remember Dan's be like, no, he's not. It's over. It's over. Orton's music hits. I'm like, it is so fucking happening. And Dan's like, maybe it is. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And then Triple H is like standing behind him, turns him around, pedigrees him, and Orton just power walks to the ring.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's my all-time favorite moment in SummerSlam history. Orton wins. It's just the biggest fuck you to the fans, but at the same time, the fans loved it because it's like it's
like having sex and realizing it's over.
Yeah. It was it's expected, but like in a good way expected. This is what professional wrestling. It can be predictable if it's done right, and this way, for the Rise of the Authority, was predictable, but it was done correctly to the point where we forget that it was predictable because you just witnessed the moment happen.
Right.
I think that's the storytelling that, I think the booking and, the storytelling of WWE, I think, forget. Even if it's predictable, do it. It's going to make that moment so much better.
Do you think that cash-in was better than Rollins?
No.
Which one did you predict more?
They're kind of the same level,
think so?
Honestly. Yeah, they're honestly probably the same level. Just before that pay-per-view, I was like, I want Orton to cash in, Triple H to screw him over. That's what I want. Because it was at the time where Triple H was babyface. I'm like, I'm over the Triple H babyface bullshit because I cannot stand Triple H as a baby. I'm going to say it right now. I hate Triple H as a babyface. So I hate it.
So
I was like, I'm over it. I'm over the Triple H babyface. And I'm like, I want him to fuck over Daniel Bryan. It makes perfect sense. Set all this emotion, but the Rollins one, I was like, it has to happen. But the Rollins one, I was like, man, it's WrestleMania. It might not happen.
Yeah, see, I didn't even think about that Rollins one.
Yeah,
completely left my mind.
It didn't leave my mind. I was like, I think Rollins is going to cash. I remember watching with my friend Alex and my other friend at the time, and I remember I was like, maybe. It's like, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. And as the match progressed, the first Lesnar and Roman match was so good that I was like, I totally forgot about it. And then Rollins' music hits. I'm like, oh, fuck, yeah. Holy shit. I loved it.
Yep. So I'm going to ask you, similar to what I asked last week, what do you predict from this year will be on your SummerSlam moments next year?
Moments or matches?
Moments. I think we did matches last year, and I think we both said Ms. Bryan.
Yeah.
So what moment? What's a moment you think is going to happen? It could be anywhere from a cash-in, Ronda's first title win.
I'm gonna go with the easy way out and say
Ronda's first title win.
But I'm gonna go with the easy route and say Ronda's first cash-in. I'm gonna go with the hard route. I'm gonna say a cash-in on Brock or Roman. Actually, no. I take that back. I take that back. Easy, Ronda wins. Hard, Ambrose turns heel.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Damn you.
Uncle Dino turns heel. I'm
going to flip him.
You're going to flip him?
I'm going to flip him. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to take that back. It's going to be a Kevin Owens cash-in.
Oh. All right.
If that happens,
I will jizz in my pants.
I'll jizz everywhere. But yeah, I'm going to say that, and then or Ronda winning her first championship.
Finn Balor becomes a demon and takes over the whole show and kills everybody, and they're all the demon with him.
And here's my dick.
We've already seen your dick, Seth. All right. Anyway, those were our top 20 SummerSlam moments in our opinions, respectively.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it. I like those lists. I can't believe you forgot about the whole cash-in.
I can't believe I did either. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, fuck. So I had it on my matches.
Yeah.
Well, I had the John Cena Daniel Bryan match.
I make up for the whole missing the Finn Balor Seth Rollins match last
idiot.
week. No, you're an idiot for missing that moment.
I'm a fucking wrestling fan.
I'm a wrestling
tricky.
fan. I totally forgot about the Randy
Check out
Orton
my
cash-in.
fucking edits, bro.
Oh, fuck you. Well, anyway, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at OffendedPod. Follow us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/OffendedPod. You can buy our t-shirt at www.prowrestlingtees.com/offended-podcast. Make sure to go listen to our Spotify playlist at Offended Presents Songs of the Month. Make sure to listen to us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. You can follow us on iHeartRadio and Spotify by searching Offended. Apple Podcasts, you have to search PWP Nation Network. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Trick1042. You can follow Jim at
J_Stout9 on Twitter, and I think I just changed my Instagram.
You did. It's Jimmy James.
Yep, Jimmy James 9417.
There you go. Make sure to follow our weekly wrestling wrap-up on Periscope. And this Sunday after SummerSlam, we'll be doing our own live post-show after SummerSlam on Periscope as well. 4 shows. We're doing 4 shows now. We're on fucking fire.
Content out the fucking dick.
Content. It's like diarrhea out the ass, but instead it's content out the
Touching
ass.
dicks, shaking hands, and putting out content.
Touching babies, let's go!
And go listen to 1975.
Kissing babies is what I meant to say. Let's go. Touching babies sounds weird.
We just lost our show.
Yep, and we just lost all of our listeners. Well, this has been Offended. We'll see you probably never.
See you Sunday.
Well, anyway, yeah. For Tricky, I'm Stoutsy. This has been Offended. We'll see you Sunday for the SummerSlam post show. See you later! Adios! Marks?
Marks.